All right, welcome back. Take a look at this massive candle that we are seeing on the weekly time frame here for Onyx coin. This is actually erasing the losses of, we can count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks taken out just with one candle. So this is really something that is amazing. We call this one a god candle because it literally makes you believe in cryptocurrencies, right? I think this should be a lesson that you shouldn't panic sell, right? You can always sell maybe at a better loss, or maybe the price can totally reverse itself completely and even go ahead and set a new high here. So in today's video, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what my thoughts are exactly with this recent price action that we are seeing here on Onyx coin. Then of course, before we start, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for Xcn Onyxcoin updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe because I do TA on Onyx coin and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Let me get into it, and here we can see the weekly candle that I was just talking about, and it's a big one. So if this week maybe closes closer to something like this is going to be something that is super bullish. And let me show you here a few indicators, and we'll try to paint a picture as to, number one, is this, something that is just a relief rally before the chart, of course, heads down once again, or maybe this can actually go ahead and set a new high here, and it's going to be sunshine and rainbows once again. So let's get right into that. We'll start here on the daily time frame, and we want to make use of the other thing that we were looking at right when we had the crash, to say that, you know what, we are totally in a bearish momentum here. We're looking at the EMA rebounds, and now what you see with the EMA rebounds is that this whole thing is looking like it's going to flip. We're already trading above those EMA rebounds. This is something that is bullish. For reference sake, you can go back to the past and see the kind of times when we have broken above the EMA rebounds. This was leading the price to go ahead and pump something like, what, 37x. Basically, that's amazing, obviously. Then we can also see here small rallies like this one too, where you're flipping those EMA rebounds and you're looking to push once again for the price towards something like 250%. It's also the situation right here. So I think we can, conclusively decide that this flipping of the rebounds is something that is massively bullish here for Onyx coin. Generally speaking, the rally is something that can be sustained. Now, another thing that I also like to take a look at is where the volume is coming in from. So we're seeing that most of the volume actually is coming from Coinbase, which is holding about 25% of the total volume traded today, which, by the way, is up 300%. That's really great. So probably it's just something that is a legitimate pump right there. But I'll also show you a few more other things so that we can have a complete case right there. But let's go ahead and take a look maybe at the RSI, and what we see here is also, something that is indicating that there is, still momentum that can come from this whole thing, because what we have seen is that, of course, when the RSI has gotten above 70, this has actually given the chart more juice and more momentum to push towards the upside. It usually doesn't just get rejected around the 70 mark here. If it is to get rejected around the 70 mark, that's actually a telltale sign to say that, this is probably not a huge run that can go ahead and set a new all-time high. Rather, it's just somewhat of a retrace, and the chart can also, pull towards the downside once again. So the RSI on the daily is something that we're going to be taking a note on, because in the history of this chart, this has not been a rejection point. So if we happen to see it as a rejection point once again, I would say that, this is a red flag actually. Now, other than the EMA rebounds, I think the 50 daily moving average also is one thing that has remained consistent with Onyx coin, and that also is giving some positive vibes. Once again, just like the EMA, once you're crossing above the 50 daily moving average here, you have got some very big pumps that happen, and you can also see in the past 368%, 200%. Then of course the big one that we had right around October up until February, January was up like 38x. So yeah, we are having the price at this point above the 50 daily moving average right there. So what we want to see obviously in the coming few days is to see the price remain above that level, because if now we're breaking once again below the 50 daily moving average, that just is a fake out, right? And it's something that we don't want to see, because what it entails is that maybe this is just an initial reaction, obviously, of the bottom being set, but we are in for much more accumulation. Rather than something like this one right there, maybe we end up pulling ourselves up towards the upside once again. But for now, we want to maintain the price above the 50 daily moving average, just as you can see with previous rallies that it has been the case time and again. So looking at all these indicators, it's looking like it's a legitimate rally. Did I buy this bottom? Definitely not. I didn't buy it. I hold some Onyx coin, which I purchased down here. So I don't really feel the need to be buying right here because I'm not trying to accumulate right at this point. I'm just trying to figure out whether this is just a retrace and the price pulls back once again, or maybe this is going to be, setting a new all-time high right there. But the initial indications that, I think they're looking very much great right there. Other than that, we have to understand that also the price doesn't just move up in a straight line. So right now, if I miss the bottom right here, there is no way I'm going to be buying a 137% candle. I'm waiting to see possible areas of resistance. So let me show you, maybe you are interested in buying or something like that. What I will be looking for as maybe some kind of resistance where the price can stop here is obviously these retracement levels. So once you pull your Fibonacci retracement 2 from the very top right there until the bottom, you can see that the price has gotten to the first Fibonacci retracement level. So I would anticipate that right around here, maybe I would say 1.8 cents there can be some kind of a rejection that happens, but maybe it's not something that is even big, but maybe a pullback right there before the price can, try to find its way back into those areas once again. Maybe it can ABC here and then obviously try to continue pushing towards the upside once again. So we have gotten to those levels where we can expect a rejection, but I have to say that the underlying conditions are looking good. But of course, with price action, we don't expect the price to keep going up. There are sometimes when it can get rejected and stuff like that. So personally, I'm not in a hurry. I'm just trying to analyze and have all the facts with me. I'm actually employing a little bit of a different strategy here because over the last few weeks the price action has been just towards the downside. So we were trying to take advantage of the volatility and we're shorting the prices here, basically outperforming the market. You can see the trade that we took, I think this was yesterday actually, and that was 378%. You can also see here 276%, maybe 250 something. These are numbers which are outperforming the market, even with the way that Onyxcoin is up today. It's up 130 something percent, but some of the trades that we have been taking are up 150%, 100%, whatever the case may be. This just been short, for example. So I'm sharing this trade alerts in the private Discord group that we have, which you can join via Patreon if you wish. The link is going to be somewhere there in the description. So yeah, we'll wait and see what Onyxcoin does here, but I would think that the rally, at least the initial indications are looking like this is something that can be very much big. But now that we've gotten to the first initial level, obviously understanding that the price doesn't just keep moving in a straight line, we can expect a little bit of it, and then from there the price can continue doing its stuff. So once again, congratulations if you happen to be buying the bottom here because you're swimming in profits massively right now. You have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.